Okay, so fresh batteries in the camera. I got my soldering iron ready. I put it up, right, and I am considering just start by cutting it off because it's broken anyways, which will make desoldering, if you can reach it, really a lot easier. So we're just gonna right. So here's a little joker. Let's put one. There he is. Let's see if we can straighten those pins a bit, right? So if we desolder it, that they can just come straight out. Because we desolder it from the other side, I think. So there's like this crack, you can see all over the die. Huh. Right. So let's get to it. See if we can get rid of some solder. Where did I thought I had everything ready. Almost. It's possible that we need to add some fresh solder. Temperature should be sort of okay. I'm also very tempted, if I can, there we go. That's a lot better. I made it 10 times more accessible. Hope the wires don't break while working on it. We'll find out. So, it's also trying to solder, I get it on video. It's not really like there's a tripod here. Right, but oh well. Let's first try to get rid of most of the tin. Ooh, that smells like that smell of very old electronic smell. I'm not sure what the smell even is. So let's see if we can. We were already loose, I notice. So. Don't worry, my carpet. It's seen as long as days. And now I just lose my light. Certainly hope that that was not a solder pad that I just pulled off there. And there too. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, to be short, because from 3 pins, right, them joints were not even. Yeah, this is the only jointed. So, what we probably go do is just, if the pins are long enough, try to bend them back over there, and that's a lucky hole. I wasn't even trying to do that, but here we need to suck some. Right, so I won't be the one saying that desoldering was a big success, because I'm really a tiny bit annoyed that you. And then let me inspect it for a moment. Right. I also see something, I would say it's like a heat issue. So, still recording. So what I do, and this is actually a tiny bit of contact spray, it's mostly because I want to see if nothing else here is, that the copper is damaged. Because you see like the brown goo over here. But I still reckon because it looks like this opamp really has proper cooling with mounted on the back plate. That looked fine, and it's most likely not a very high output amplifier, and them opamps really can deliver quite an amount. So in the chicken and egg problem, I think there was a chicken problem first. It could be like one of them contacts. It could be like mechanical stress that caused the thing to fail, and not necessarily an overload of the circuit. So we got 5 nice mounting holes, right? I almost wanted to say, let me Google. Let me find my box with amplifiers. I knew it wasn't that far. So, over here I have ordered from China, and since like, I don't know, 2050, how many? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 15, so those are 30 already. There's some more, I think it's like a 50 or something. They're like the same price as 2 or 1 even at my local dealer. So here is one. I didn't bother to test it yet. Seriously, I assume they work. If not, oh well. So let's test fit from this side for a moment to see all the holes. Perfect. Right. So what I plan to do is actually gonna mount it. First, screw it back there so that we have as little mechanical stress in the first place. See how it really is a bit, right? So that's probably what their problem was. They soldered the board first and then mounted it on the back plane, and that put a lot of stress, but, or maybe they didn't. For now that's really starting to look, oh, and now I lost my, them washers are the same, are they? Here we go. Now, I'm not really gonna screw it tight, so it has a bit of slack, right? We screw it tight when we're done soldering. Apart them wire. And look, that actually looks over here, if you can see, like they took like the copper windings right from the transformer. Those are not separate windings, it just put some insulator over them, because you see like, I'm not sure what the English word for that is, unwoven fiber, right? It's just single copper string. So what I plan to do, you can solder them, we're gonna bend those over, right, like that, and like that. And we leave as is, and then hope for the best with plenty of solder, right? I'm usually not a big fan of adding extra flux. If you don't need to, you don't need to. Most solders have a fair amount of flux in them. Right. I'm doing this without my glasses, so. That looks totally fine. Right. Now the first might need a bit of support wire, but right now I'm just gonna go with it as is. But we'll have to check the middle pin over there, if that's actually a high current pin or not. I don't think so, but we're hard. Right, and remove some of the flux with the only tool we got, but just tidy it up a bit. I don't have isopropanol at home. If needed, I could take it to my work and give the clean, but it's fine, I think. So, without doing anything else, apart maybe we could do a continuity test, but let's put my glasses on. So, I'm not happy with this middle solder joint. If that's a high power and it actually looks like that might well be a ground track, then that's not sufficient. So we're gonna hook up a tiny bit of extra wire on there. And how do we get extra wire? Well, maybe we can use, this is the most crappy iron ever. Right, so we just take the lead of a resistor, and we give it a tiny bit of tin, right? As far as shape goes, not too long, like we just like this. And then without glasses, inspect it for a moment. That looks totally fine to me. We could actually, we should. Right, so let's bend it a tiny bit further and hook it all the way up to this large pad. Right. So we don't have any resistance, a high resistance path on the tin, just a low resistance. Beautiful. I think my pliers are a bit So I totally assume this works. Can't be sure, but... So now comes the hard part. And that's hooking the transformer up again. And hope I didn't overstress. I'm still trying to do. That I didn't overstress the wires. If I recall correctly. No. No. Was it the other? I'm sorry, there's different screws. Right. And also there's this funny metal plate that I really have to figure out where it came from. It might have been under there. But for now, let me just momentarily get it back in position, right? Because I'm really worried about them. Those transformer wires, I wouldn't want to shorten them much more. Why are those so long? What am I doing wrong? I think I'm doing something totally wrong with... I remember now. Yeah, obviously. I was about to say this is not the way it's supposed to be, most likely. There's a little distance holder, right? And that goes on here. And then we are able to mount it. Let's put one more. I assume there's a fair chance I'll do part of the reassembly. What the fuck is this? My gosh, what the fuck is this construction? There it goes in. That goes into there. Straight there. And I still... So that you know, this is momentary, because of course I want to test it before reassembling it, but I also don't want 220 mates lingering everywhere. Hopefully the last soldering job for today. So let's see what we got, right? This is the part that worries me mostly, because if I twisted it or shorted it, or for some whatever reason screwed something up, because this is really, I would say, the Achilles heel of this thing. Like those wires that almost touch each other. It's and here, is this one broken? No, it's not. No, it's not broken. But this is really. Oh, so now I see what they thought. Their idea was that you just desolder 1, 2, 3, right? And we probably should do that anyways. Just I'm slightly hesitant to lose track of left and right. So we can actually put a bit of let's see, beautiful, right? And the middle one I leave for now. So that we know that the far side is going to the right side, right? Left, right, and middle too, well added. So, and the whole reason for doing this, oh, my iron is off already. The whole reason for doing this is to get the stress off the copper, because it might have twisted, and heating up copper actually helps for the stress too. And secondly, get a tiny bit of crimp stuff on it. You know, one of those things I don't even know the English word of until I use it. We say like a crimp sock.